Well, my background, I started actually racing motorcycles in 2005 at a late age. Got into it through track days and things. Started doing club events for 3 years. I turned pro in '09. Went to AMA Superbike. I've doing that for the last 3 years now. So I do 5 or 6 rounds a year in AMA Superbike. Then I also I run all of the WERA National Series. We, of course, didn't have a great deal of practice time. We've been trying to get everything set up, but it went really well, I think. We just kind of learned the track for the most part. This is the first time I'd been to this track, so I got to follow Barney around some, and he kind of told me a few things that I need to look for. Of course, this bike is really interesting because it has some really unique characteristics power-wise. It has just tons of instant power. Handling-wise, the bike is very similar to a standard motorcycle, and actually I could put it pretty much anywhere I wanted to. And then you get to the straightaways and it just is a rocket. It really just, it's amazing how fast it is. Matter of fact, I had to be really careful because it wanted to wheelie constantly. So especially the first 5 or 6 laps when the power was at optimum, coming over the rise and into the front straight, you'd have to back off the throttle because it would just want to wheelie all the way down the straightaway. What's good about them being heavy is that they stick to the ground really well. So coming out, when you transfer weight to the back on these things, you can just burn the tire off, but as long as you come on the throttle pretty, gently to at least to start, they bite, weight transitions really well, and they just jump off the turns. Well, one of the things that we worked on some this weekend, and most every time we do some development work on the bike, is work on engine braking, the regenerative braking. So 2 things. One is the more that you can use, the more power it puts back into the bike on deceleration. So that's actually something we really needed because the things lose a lot of power. So in addition to that, the more that you can dial in to make it feel more like a standard gas-burning motorcycle, it helps the rider because then you're not freewheeling upon deceleration, and so less braking's needed, and then it feels a little more like a regular bike. I mean, of course, Richard and the Lightning guys, they're great. The crew was really good to us, bringing us all the way out from West Palm Beach, Florida. So we appreciate Richard doing that. Vezra actually donated brake pads for the bike, which actually really helped. When we first started, the first day had standard Suzuki brakes, and those were, they're just not adequate for that. So Vezra makes a really good brake. Totally changed what I could do with the bike. It was really nice for us both to get a win. I would have liked to have gotten it by actually winning it, but the first race I had a little issue, and he was able to win that way, and then in the second it reversed. So really good. I mean, I think it's good to show that both bikes can win and be competitive. So hopefully we'll get some more out here. I can't even imagine another bike that could win against this bike once we get a few of the little tweaks worked out. I think that this bike is one to be the one to beat. I know at Miller last year, before we'd done development of this to this point now, we came in second on the bike, and it was a very good result. Could have actually probably won it. Had a few things happen a little differently, but I think this year I plan on winning it. It's a good track for me. We'll have the whole week before that for the WERA Nationals. I'll run a 6-hour endurance on the gasoline bikes, so I'll have lots of track time, and then by the time we get on this thing, we'll be ready to win a race.